Well, hello, my lovely listeners. I thought I'll do the podcast today or recording because almost finishing today, new moon in Taurus, and the internet is full of the videos of this is the best day to manifest your desires. This is the best day to just put everything out, all your wishes, and the energies there, the planets that are just stopped retrograding, and the moon in Taurus and the new moon. So everything that has got a potential to start, and the new moon in Taurus, and Taurus is the sign that moon loves to be in. So I guess this is why everything that you desire is best to be put on paper. And I'm sure if you are interested, you've watched a lot of videos and they probably are suggested to you the same as that they are to me. I love them and I love this date, and I love that it was Sunday and is a really, really positive energy, but also healing, but also, I suppose, demanding, because we all think we know what we want, or we want something, but we are not specific enough. So I knew that this day I wanted to make it special. I mean, special for me. I wanted this day to be the manifestation of everything that I want. And I will not share this because I think, I believe, or I feel that sharing it all out with everyone like that is that some things are supposed to be left not said. But I will share some things in this story that I will tell you just in a second, just a bit of my experiences that I've gathered during my walk today. So about the manifestation, is the main thing about manifestation is that we are being the energy that we are manifesting. That's one thing. And another that I was also embodying, or I was careful to embody, was that we are grateful for what we already have, and we are very specific in being grateful of what we have. And so we just don't say, I am just grateful for, I don't know, my family, or I am just grateful for my house. The more specific we are, the better. And all this knowledge is obviously through the research, through other healers, through spiritual people who have this knowledge, but also how I feel, and how through my own experience. And I started the day today with the diary. I am doing some writing every morning. It's not every morning, but I'll try as much as I can. And this is following the book Artist Way. And this is one of the things that the author of this book recommends to awaken your creativity. And also, I also follow my intuition, and I also feel that this is a great way, just a diary in the morning, and just when you wake up, or as soon as I wake up, just to really be in this state that is in between awakening and dreams and sleeping, and when your brain is in specific mode. It's not maybe yet fully awake, it's a little bit in this beta state. I think it's beta state. So for me, it's been quite cathartic and healing. I have been crying a couple of times when I was writing the diary, because of the dreams also, and because of just some things that were happening, but I guess this is what I needed to do. This was quite healing, so that's all fine. And I really felt like I felt lighter when I was writing the diary, after I have written the diary. And once or twice when I didn't have a time, or the morning just took over and I never written anything, I felt like I was missing something. I felt kind of heaviness. At some point, I was also thinking that this diary is taking away from this podcast, because it's more like spontaneous writing. I don't really think what to write. I just write. And sometimes it's just thank you, thank you, thank you. Or sometimes it's just I don't want this to happen, or it's just like an automatic writing. But I also don't want to call it automatic, because it's not. These are the things that are in me, but also the things that I want to write. But also I'm not thinking too much of what I am writing. So kind of very much like this podcast, I am not looking at any notes. I am saying I have a script in my head, but I am saying what kind of comes through me and out of my mouth. So there isn't anything that I follow. So it's the same with the writing. And I've spoken to friends, and they'd say, I don't know what to write about. This is the least of your worries. The first thing is really to make time, take pen. And then even if you write, I am happy, I am waiting for something, I had a good sleep, anything that comes to your mind, really, it could be anything. This duvet is really soft. I can smell the coffee, I can smell the tea. I'm really looking forward to this morning. I had these dreams. Really, it's just, it's endless. And I think I believe that's what author kind of wants to wake up in you, to believe in yourself, that you can write those things, and to awaken your creativity. So I've started with this writing, and I really have written probably like 3 pages of everything that I am really grateful for. And these were small things. And I was laughing because I was listening to a podcast, and someone on the podcast said that he was just realized that he was grateful for his dogs so much. Every time it was just grateful for his dogs. And I totally understand that, because I have cats, and I also have written I was grateful for my cats, and that they were making me laugh. And I had a really good morning with my animals. I let my rabbit out, and 3 of them, they were just hopping and looking at themselves. They were really funny this morning. So I just made sure that my morning is kind of light and happy, and this being Sunday really helped as well. So there were really little things. I made myself a lovely coffee, and some really nice porridge that I like to eat in the morning, and then had a slow morning, which I really like as well. I don't like being in a rush in the mornings. And then I got myself, and it wasn't like I really wanted to go. It was in the verge of making myself go, to following my intuition, but it wasn't like a super, super easy thing to do. But I still kind of made journey, which was a long journey, almost 2 hours with everything, to this place. I follow this book, Walks Outside London. Now I can't recall the name of the book. And I knew, my intuition was telling me that I have to be in nature. Obviously, that in nature, the manifestation, the feeling of the moon will be stronger. Even during the day, moon is still there. It's just the shadow doesn't cast, so we don't see it. But the manifestation will be stronger. The energy will be really powerful. So I started a walk. I mean, first, before I started the walk, I went on the train. Before I got on the train at the station, at Paddington Station, there was a girl on the platform, and she was kind of looking quite distressed and rubbing her forehead, and I looked at her and I thought, she's just looking very unsettled. And just so it happens, she sat kind of not next to me on my seat, but 2 rows in front, facing me, and the train didn't even get off the station when I've heard her calling her mom and telling her mom, Corey has died. So from the story, and she was crying so much from the story that she was telling her mom, was I gathered, while myself and everyone on the train that was sitting next to her, that her friend has passed away, and the mom's friend called her, and it was very sad. And I was feeling like, first of all, like it was a sign. I don't want to say it was a sign for me, because it wasn't specifically for me. It's just the sign all over for everyone on this train, and being witness to that. And someone gave the girl some tissues, and you could tell that like everyone was really feeling. And in the moments like this, it's not really much you can tell or you can say, and dying always happens. So no one is expecting it, especially and all the time, if there is the person who's passed away is so young. It was the girl's friend, and she was going to see his parents. And when she was explaining to her mom and crying, I was thinking what to do, and the only thing I could think of was giving this girl a hug. But I think social norms and how we are, it didn't allow me to go there, and I didn't know how she would react. And then she hung up on her mom, and then she put her headphones on, and she kind of moved a little bit towards the window so I couldn't see her. But that's how the journey started, and I think that was very that was something that kind of spoken to me about life and about the importance of things, and what is really important, and how we live our lives, and what's left behind also, and how sad it is, but also how it's all around us, the dying and the birth, and the but also our human condition, how it is, how we are around it. So that's how my journey to the place were. And then when I got off the train and I started walking, it was so beautiful. I didn't expect it. It was so it was just so tranquil. And then I met someone, or you don't know, maybe I don't know if I've mentioned that I am manifesting a partner, a loving partner, and I actually met someone on the way who was quite interested in me. But for reasons that I'm not going to say aloud, I was not interested in this particular person, although he was very nice, and he was really sort of trying to help me with finding my way and really interested. But it wasn't what I was looking for. And again, I trust my intuition, and I am not going to force it, and I'm not going to kind of do something that I didn't want, I wasn't, I was not going to do. So it was just funny. It was really, I was really well, happy and really pleased, but in the same time I was just saying, oh, I wasn't precise of what this partner should be and how he should be, so this is what I am being given, like straight away. And when I said goodbye to this person, I went off on my way, and after walking some and by the river, I just got onto this church. And in this church, because I was all by myself and the church was just empty, I was still able to go into the church, and I went inside and I sat down and I was just breathing, and my breathing, the sound was echoing and kind of being really magnified by the church. It was a really small church, but it was magnifying, and the longer I was sitting there, the more emotional I got, and I just released everything in crying. And it was a cry that was healing, tears that were healing. And yes, I was just sitting there and kind of feeling the moment, reminiscing about the dying and the person that I met, the potential, whatever it would be, a partner, and the beautiful surroundings, the nature, kind of manifesting everything that it started. And I was feeling how powerful I am. I just want also to remind you that you are exactly as powerful as everyone else. So while I am saying I am so powerful, I can create. Oh, this is the thing I wanted to say. Abracadabra, abracadabra, abracadabra. This is I create as I speak. So everything we say, everything we talk about, our words, they create our reality. And it was known, it's not a new thing, and it's not a woo-woo thing that now whatever new age is saying. It's an ancient thing that our predecessors, that they knew that this is what's happening. And with time, and also with pain and with suffering, we kind of forgot about this. And me being on that walk and observing the nature and the animals and the big trees and amazing blue sky, it was just so apparent that we can create, because everything was so perfect, was so beautiful, and was just magnificent. The world and the fields that produce food, obviously a lot of work goes in there, and then it's not like they produce food out of themselves. People are working on the fields, and I understand and recognize that. And I don't want to be criticizing towards myself, but I do recognize there's a lot of work going in there. But we are able to produce, we are able to create such a beautiful world. And when I was walking today and I was seeing all these things, and I went to the woods to take a little pee, and because when you walk such a long ways and drink water, you kind of that's the woods there for that. And I've seen a herd of deers just there, and it was just it was just so amazing. And so they were so close. On walks like this, animals are so close to you, and you see, sort of, you become one with them. So you become one with your environment, and it's really, really beautiful. So I really recommend this with all my heart. healing, and this is something that kind of you take on, and you are by yourself, or you can go with someone else. It's always different experience, I think, if you are by yourself, because it's a prolonged meditation, and you obviously you see people on your way, but going through the woods by yourself for a stretch of half an hour or so, it just takes you to a different sort of dimension. This hike and the walk, when you are just by yourself amongst the trees and with nature and this beautiful flowers, and you hear the birds singing, and the bird singing is really creates a feeling of safety for me, definitely. And you observe the nature, how it just exists around you, and how busy it is with the nature tasks, right? The birds are hunting, or they are trying to mate, or all sorts of things, and you just walk around. It's just so beautiful, and it just makes me really happy, and also reminds me of my powers, of my creativity, of the fact that I am one with nature, and all the people that are walking are happy, or 99% of them are happy, and they are always saying hello, and they are always smiling, and then you never know what's going to happen around the corner, and it's just life. And this is what's so beautiful, is the journey. And then you pick up your pace. You are not afraid of what's going to happen around the corner. You trust yourself, you trust your intuition, especially if you are following some sort of map. It's such a metaphor for life as well, and you being grateful for every view that you see, and you being curious of what you're gonna see soon or later. And then for me, the churches there, or the temples are really special as well, because they are different to the ones in the city. They hold different kind of energy. They're very often much smaller, obviously, not like cathedrals in the city, and they're very old as well, because all those villages that I pass, the England villages, are quite old, some of them going back to 14th century or so, or 15th century. So the churches there, they have a very specific energy. They're all made out of wood, usually, and being there, it just makes you feel like not so grand, probably, like in the cathedrals in Paris or in London, but it just the way of the ages, and the kind of the classic God, but in the together with nature, it just, the being in this one, it just gives you a specific feeling, like being close to the God, but also being human. So that's what it gave to me. And so I hope this all the manifestation, the asks, and the gratefulness will really work out for yourself as well. If there is still time, do write your gratitude journal. Do think about what you have in your life and how much you do have, and I'm sure that you do have things, and small things as well, or bigger things, and be specific of what you're asking for, and aim high. Why not? Aim high, but also don't forget about small things, really, really small things, and and just visualize this. And this is something that I will try to do, and definitely looking at things, for example, amazing big houses, help me visualize it and visualize my dreams, and also taking pictures, just to be very specific. So things like this. I do hope that you have fun with this, and I do hope that your manifestations are beautiful, and I wish you happy new moon in Taurus, and I speak to you soon. Bye bye.